Mets season, everyone. Please like and subscribe for more Mets news, Mets content. And I want to speak today about the free agency and some of the players that the Mets are interested in. We have the obvious ones as Springer and Brad Hand. There's also on Primetime Sports Talk, they're also reporting that the Mets are still talking to the Chicago Cubs about Kris Bryant, and that they have interest also in Kike Hernandez, a former Dodger utility player, who for one I think is a very underrated player, a big fan of his. But I want to first talk about Springer and some of the news that's coming out. They're saying that he prefers to play close to home, which obviously is an advantage to the Mets over Toronto, being that he's from Connecticut. I'm starting to feel like I think he's feeling some pressure to sign soon, as the days dwindling down with spring training around the corner. And also, too, some of the big names are going off the board, with LeMahieu re-signing with the Yankees yesterday. They're also saying that Toronto is leaning towards a Bauer signing. Obviously, if that happens, the Mets major advantage with that happening, because neither team is going to be able to sign both at this point. Springer, he's an interesting player. What I like about him the most is his experience. Obviously, the playoffs, being a World Series MVP. He seems like a good teammate. I just want this to get done already. I feel like it's holding us back also with the bullpen, picking up an arm there. So they have to be careful with how they spend that 9 to 12 million or so that they have. I feel like if they sign Springer, then the chessboard is clear for them. So hopefully this gets done soon, and then they can move on to the bullpen, or maybe even third base, in which I want to speak about. Also, this same article is saying that the Mets and Cubs are still speaking Kris Bryant. The issue there is the trade proposal before was the Mets receiving Bryant and also Kyle Hendricks. But with the Francisco Lindor trade and them getting Carrasco, obviously those pieces have to now change, So basically, the discussion has to basically restart, because I'm sure, obviously, with Kyle Hendricks added on, that's more salary that was coming off for the Cubs, being that he's a veteran pitcher. I don't know how much he's making, but I'm sure it's, a decent amount. They're saying that they're still discussing trade for Bryant, but there's no indicators that a deal is likely close. So, we'll see what goes on with that. Kris Bryant, I'm not a big fan of his. I don't like the uppercut swing. I feel like good pitching can get him out. However, he's a good player, solid defensively, and he has the power, power bat. He's still pretty young. He should still have about 3-4 years left of elite play, The third part of the video is, the other topic, pretty much almost even with Springer, is the Brad Hand situation. Now it's just been reported that the Mets are one of final 3 teams. As from yesterday, it went from that they were about to sign him. Now they're one of the final 3 teams to get him. There's been rumors out there that they may clear salary with trading Familia, Matt, guys like that. Even Betances now, to free up money, and that there's been conversations also of Jake McGee and Justin Wilson, as well as obviously Brad Hand. One guy, man, I wish, if they're not able to trade for Kris Bryant and J.D. Davis does play third, I would like them to go after Josh Hader. I'm sure he can be had from Milwaukee. They're probably trying to, you know, get rid of some salary also. Hader is just, I love the dude. You know, I like his look. I like, you know, he shows a lot of heart on the mound, and he could just be dominant at times, you know. I'm not sure why Milwaukee over the last two seasons, last year and now, are trying to get rid of him. Maybe they see like a decline or something in his velocity because he was a hard thrower. I'm not a Milwaukee Brewers fan, obviously, so you know I don't watch every pitch, every game that he's pitched. So, but I mean, if he gets help, you know, if he's part of a bullpen where there's three or four other really good relievers, then obviously, you know, he doesn't have to go all out like he has with Milwaukee closing games. So, you know, whatever the issue is there of why Milwaukee wants to get rid of him, you know, I'm sure they see some type of decline because that's how these teams are, like Tampa, the Pirates, Milwaukee, those teams like that are consistently going through different, especially the on the pitching side, different starters, different relievers, is because they see something, you know, they see a decline, whether it's a velocity or you know a small injury that they know about or some type of shoulder issue or something. That's why they're willing to get rid of these guys. You know, I've been a fan of baseball for many years, and I'm sure that's what it is. You know, another guy that I've heard about is Kike Hernandez, the former Dodger. I call him super utility player. I mean, this guy, I love the way he plays, man. He plays with so much heart. He plays hard. He has a clutch bat, and he plays basically all infield positions. He might even play first, but I know he plays second, short, and third. This guy, comes off the bench, and he double figure homers, a decent amount of RBIs off the bench. He's just one of those guys that you see that he's always going to be like on a winning team. You'll never see him unless somebody just offers him major, major money. You'll never see him like, you know, on a team that's not contending. And if he does sign, you'll see him traded a year or two later or that same season to a contender because this guy just plays. He's great. He's great. His attitude is great. He plays hard. And like I said, he has a clutch bat. He's always in the middle of like big situations coming through. He has decent speed, smart player. I like him, you know. Obviously, he would be a piece that they will sign if there's any money left after Springer in hand or reliever, and you know, or if they don't get any of those guys, you know, I can see them, you know, picking up. So, but he would definitely be like a last resort type of signing, you know. Hopefully, you know, Springer in hand is what happens, and I'm just waiting, man. I'm waiting for the bomb to drop with the signing of Springer, man. I'm just hoping that it happens. You know, the more that this keeps lingering, I get a little nervous, you know, because teams, you know, tend to pop up out of nowhere. All of a sudden, you know, there's a third or fourth team showing interest, and then you know, it just makes things harder for the Mets. So hopefully, they sign him soon, man. I feel like he's starting to feel pressure, especially with LeMahieu yesterday and Kluber signing with the Yankees for minimal money for what I feel, and so that makes it even harder also for him to get that 175 that he was looking for. So that's good for us, you know, that saving on that money is gonna help us get Hand and maybe even another player, you know. So let's see what happens, you know. So that's it for right now. I want to thank you guys. Please like and subscribe, and over and out. Let's go Mets.